So we'll just do a little posture check first. So if you just make sure your feet are facing forwards and they're not kind of pointing out or in, and then we'll move forwards and back a little bit. So just towards the balls of your feet slightly and then towards your heels. So just do that a few times just so you feel that you're in the center and you feel nice and balanced. And then we'll lengthen through the legs a little bit. So we're trying to stack the shoulders over the hips and the hips over the ankles. And then lift your chin a little. Just imagine a string coming through the top of your head. So you want to feel that your body's going a little bit taller. And then we'll do a little breathing. So we'll just bring your hands just to either side of your rib cage. Try and relax your shoulders down as you do that. And then start to just breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you inhale, start to feel the ribs just moving gently out towards your hands. And then on the exhale, you should feel the ribs moving back in. So we're just trying to breathe a little bit deeper. So inhale and exhale. You do that a few times and then we'll release the arms. We'll keep the breath going. And on an inhale, we'll just lift the arms up to level with your shoulders. As you exhale, if you take them round to the side and then we'll draw them down by your side. So relax the shoulders down. So inhale, lift the arms up. And on the exhale, take it round and down. Now again, keep that going and try and feel that you're still in that balanced position, that everything is still stacked. So shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. And we're still managing to stay in the center. Okay, we'll do this one more time, just in your own time. Good. And then this time we'll reach up on an inhale. So we're just going to stretch the arms all the way up as you inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold forwards towards your legs. So you can bend your knees as you do that. We'll take your hands to your right leg. We're going to straighten your left leg. And then move over, take your hands to your left leg, straighten your right leg. And then one hand on either leg. This time pull your belly and round your back and then start to roll all the way back up to the top. So we'll do that again. So inhale, big stretch up. So stretch through the side of your body. On the exhale, fold forward, straight legs if you can, but bend them if you need to. Bend your right leg a little bit, and then bend your left leg a little. And this time, bend both legs. So pull your belly in round through your back and roll yourself all the way back up. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale, big stretch up. And on the exhale, folding forwards towards your legs. Good, bend your right leg a little. And then bend your left leg a little. This time, bend both legs, pull the belly in and round all the way back up to the top. Okay, from there, we'll take your feet wider, so turn your toes out this time. So again, the tummy is pulled in, we're still stacking shoulders over hips, and when you bend your legs, try and make sure that your knees are over your ankles, and the tailbone points down, and then we'll just move back up again. So just inhale, bend the legs, and exhale, lift back up. Now keep that going, maybe draw your hands down, just to level with your shoulders, and just keep moving through that. So just on your inhale and your exhale. So we're going to do a little twist now. So as you inhale, lower down. And then on the exhale, rotate your hands round, but try and keep your hips towards the front. Okay, move back into the center as you inhale. And then come back up as you exhale. So inhale, lower down. Exhale, rotate round through your waist. Back into the center as you inhale. And exhale to lift back up. So do that again. So coming down. Rotate round as you exhale, good, back into the center, and then slowly back up. Do that again, so take it down, rotate round, back into the middle, and back up. We'll do that one more time on either side. So lower down, good, twist, center, and lift. And one more time. Now this time we're going to stay low with the legs, bring your hands back in towards the center. And we're just going to lift through your heels here. So keep the legs bent, and as you inhale, lift up through your right leg. And then lift up through your left leg. Now this time, lift both heels up. So we'll do that again. So left heel lifts first, right heel lifts, and then try and lift both of them up. Excellent. Do that again. So right heel up, excellent. Left heel, and then both together if you can. And one last time. So left heel lifts. Okay, right heel, and both together. Excellent. Place the heels down, straighten your legs, and this time turn your toes towards the front. Now we're going to move forwards here, so you could take your hands to your hips, try and pull your low belly and lift your chest, and then slowly make your way forward. You don't have to come that far down, it's kind of a halfway. And then as you exhale, lift back up. Okay, so we'll do that again. So just move forward slowly, lengthen through your spine, and then move back up. Now, if that's enough for you, you're going to stay with that. If you want a bit more, we're going to reach the right arm. Just reach the right arm forward as you move forward, and then pull it back in as you come back up. And then change sides, so reach forward using that left hand, and pull back up. And then if you could manage, you could do both arms. So again, reaching forwards. Again, if it's too much, either don't go down as far or don't use the arms. Okay, so just lengthening forwards, no arms, one arm or both arms. So it's your choice. So slowly, so lengthen forwards, pull your belly in, try and support yourself as you're coming down and back up. Good, do that again. So again, you can reach the arms if you want. And then move back up. Excellent. Now this time we'll do one more. So just move forward, either no arms or both arms. And then we're going to lower down. So you could bend your knees. We're just going to lower down. Maybe your arms just kind of dangle, and that's fine. If your hands reach the floor, then perfect. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend into your right leg, move over towards the right a little bit. So again, you could take your hands on your thigh, you could take your hands on the ground, whatever feels right. Keep your belly pulled in. Good, move back slowly towards the centre and then go to the other side. So again, bend into that leg. Try and keep a lift in your belly, even if your hand is down or both hands are down. And then move yourself back into the middle. This time bend both legs and then pull your belly in and start to roll yourself all the way back up to the top. Okay, we'll step your feet in, give your legs a little shake off. So keep your feet hip distance apart this time, toes facing forward. We're going to do that little step out to the side now. So we're going to step to the right, bend into your right leg. And then move to the centre, keep your feet at distance as you step in, and then move to the left. Good, so we'll do that again. So step to the centre, feet at distance apart, and move over towards the right. Okay, into the centre, and then over to the left. Excellent. Now we're going to add on to this. So when you come into the centre, we're going to take a double pulsing squat. So it's just squat, squat, lift up. Okay, so do that again. Squat, squat, lift. So when you come up, don't fully straighten your legs. You don't have to fully straighten them, but it's just pulse, pulse, lift. Now we're going to change it, so we're going to lift your knees. So it's pulse, pulse, and your right knee is going to lift up. And then pulse, pulse, and that left knee is going to lift. Excellent. Do that again. So pulse, pulse, right knee lifts. Pulse, pulse, left knee lifts. We'll do that again. So pulse, pulse, right knee lifts. Good. Then we're going to take this and add it to that little sideways movement. So we'll go over to the right, back into the centre, and move to the left. Good. Back into the centre. That double pulsing squat now. Lift your right knee up, and then lift your left knee up. Excellent. So we'll do that again. So over to the right, into the centre, over to the left. Into the centre, that double pulsing squat, right knee lifts, and left knee lifts. Okay, we'll do this one more time. So take it over to the right, good, into the centre and over to the left, into the centre, double pulsing squat, right knee lifts, and then the left. Now we're going to keep the left knee up. Okay, so a little bit balanced, tummy pulled in. So your options are heel down, knee lift, toes behind, knee lift. So that would be the first option. Good. Now if you find that that's okay, you can move on. So instead of taking your foot down, just extend forwards. And instead of taking it down, move it back. So it's knee up, extend, knee up, bend. But work where you can. Always keep the foot connecting to the ground if you need to. And at any point, you can do that. Good, well done. Okay, last time. Excellent, and nice. So we'll give the legs a good shake off, and we'll change sides. So we'll just lift through that right leg. So feet hip distance, bend your left leg, lift up through the right leg. So again, heel down, knee up, And you don't have to lift the knee that far. You could just do a little lift of the foot off the floor. If you want a bit more, then we're taking it behind, and when you come forward, we're extending it. But again, just work where you can, where it feels right. Good, very nice. Well done. And we'll just do 2 more of these, so take your time. Good. And last one. And well done. Okay, come down, give your legs a little shake. So we'll come and have a seat on the ground now. I think I'll just leave my device where it is. So if you have a seat on the ground, we'll have our feet just out in front of us to start with. So just take your time to come down. Good, okay. So when you're ready, we'll have the feet out in front, feet are hip distance apart, and either on your heels, in fact, everybody come up onto their heels, and then sit up onto your sit bones a little bit. You can roll back a little bit, but what you don't want to do is to round your back here. On this one, you want to keep your back really straight. So even if you move back onto your sit bones, keep your back flat and your tummy pulled down. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, lift one leg up off the ground. Good, breathe in, bend it back down. So you're just extending the leg rather than lifting it. So you're just stretching your leg forward. So breathing out and breathing in. Now keep that going. If you want a bit more, lift both feet just a little bit off the ground. You don't have to be far. And do the same thing. So breathing out and breathing in. Good, so it's just a lift up of the foot towards the ceiling as you do that. Good. And then if you want a bit more, you could do both legs. So lift and lower. You don't have to fully straighten them, just lift them up and lower them back down. Good. So breathing out and breathing in. Good. A couple more. And last one. Excellent. And then we'll release down, maybe release forwards a little bit, which will just help to release the back. And then from there, we're going to come back in, we're going to do it and we're going to hold it this time. So again, whatever option suits you. So sit up on your sit bones, lengthen your spine, maybe move back a little bit. As you breathe out, you could just lift both feet off the ground. That might be enough. If you want a little bit more, maybe lift your feet up so they're kind of level with your knees. Good, again, if that's okay for you, maybe start to stretch one leg and straighten it. Or maybe straighten the other leg as well. Okay, but work where you can and maybe stretch your arms out. Good, breathe. Excellent, well done. Slowly release all the way back in. And again, maybe round forward for a moment. Okay, so from there, we're going to start to do a little roll back to lower down. So this time, when you're moving the upper body, and we do want to round the back as much as you can. So we're pulling the belly in, we're rounding as we go back, and rounding as we come back up. So maybe hands to the back of your thighs first. Deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, just roll back a little bit. So just to where you can. Breathe in, come all the way back up again. So breathing out, moving back. Breathing in, move up. If you want a little bit more, maybe release your hands. Maybe go back a little bit further, but just where it feels right. And if you want more than that, as you breathe out, lower yourself all the way down, still rounding your back. Breathe in when you're down there, and then breathe out to move back up again. Good. So again, breathing in when you're at the top, breathing out to lower yourself all the way down. And try and lower down one vertebrae at a time. So that's why we've got the back rounded there, so that when we connect with the ground, we're starting to connect really low down. So if you go with a straight back, then it's kind of the upper back that will connect. So we want to round in, so the lower back, middle back, upper back, and then the same as you're coming up. So round your back as much as you can when you're lifting back up. Good, very nice, well done. Okay, we'll just do one more of these. And then we're starting to lower down towards the mat. So if you do one more, and then when you're coming back up, you can lower yourself all the way down again. And on that one, you're just going to stay down. So just take your time. So when you get down onto your mat, just take a few moments just to come into position. So maybe bend your legs, bring your feet flat on the floor, heels fairly close towards your bottom, but feet hip distance. So try not to have them too close together. And then take a moment just to get yourself into a really quite comfortable position. So you want to feel that you're relaxed on your mat, that you're balanced. So make sure you're balanced through your hips and your shoulders and your feet. And then try and stretch your spine along the mat. So try and lengthen from the top of your head to your tailbone. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, just tilt your pelvis just gently forwards and up. And then as you breathe out, move your hips back and arch your back. So moving through that, breathe out, tilt your pelvis and arch your back, and breathe in and move back. So moving forwards and back. Start to slow that down and make it smaller, and then you will end up in the center without moving. So you're in the center, you're nice and still, and you're going to hold it there by lifting the pelvic floor and drawing the belly in. So from here, take another breath in, and as you breathe out, reach both arms above your shoulders. Now we're going to do some circles here. So take another breath in. As you breathe out, stretch both arms overhead. Try and keep that neutral spine. And then stretch the arms all the way out to the sides, and then pull them down by your sides. So a big circle. So breathing out, lift up and over. And then breathing in, stretch the arms all the way around and back down to your sides. So do that a few times and just get a sense of maintaining that neutral spine as you do that, so as you move your arms. And also trying to keep that alignment, so through your hips, through your shoulders, so we're still kind of stacked, even although we're lying down. We want to try and maintain that as we move. So we'll make this our last one, and then when you're ready, lift both arms above your shoulders again. So make sure your shoulders are relaxed down now. Stretch your fingertips, palms facing in. So we're going to do opposite arm to leg here. So when you're ready, deep breath in, so still make sure you're in neutral spine. As you breathe out, stretch your left leg away and your right arm moves back. Now breathe in, bring that leg and the arm back into the middle, and we'll just change sides. So breathing out, right leg extends forward, left arm stretches back, and breathe in, draw it back into the center. Now keep that going. So again, think about stretching and lengthening. Try not to let the foot touch the ground as you do it. And stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Now your options here are just to stay on that. So if you feel that's enough for you, stay there. Otherwise, with your arms over your shoulders, take another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift both legs up so they come into this tabletop position, and then continue the move from there. So as you breathe out, stretch the left arm and right arm back, left leg forward. Breathe in, bring them both back into the middle, and then just change sides. So now you've got a lot more going on. So you have to think about what is moving, what is staying still. So keeping that arm and leg that you're not moving really still as you move the moving one. And again, get a feeling of stretching. Good, so we're trying to control the movements. We're trying to center our body. Good. Well done, very nice. Try and relax your shoulders as much as you can as well. Excellent. So we'll do that just a couple more times. So you could do 2 more perhaps. And then when you're ready, we'll take a little rest. So we'll draw the knees towards your chest. Maybe take a little roll there if you want to. So we're going to do a little single leg circle now. So if you release your left foot to the ground, keep your right knee in. Lift your right foot up and move your right knee back so it's stacked over your hip. Now from here, we're going to take a little circle. So we'll maybe move over towards the left and then down, over towards the right with the knee, and then back up. So we're just moving through that leg. And then start to smooth that out so the square that we've created becomes a little circle. Now if you want to make it harder, extend your right leg towards the ceiling. Keep the movement going, but moving through the top of your thigh. And then if you want a little bit more than that, extend your left leg away along the ground. So you've not got it there and you're not using it then to keep you steady. So the hips need to be really still here, the back and neutral spine. And you're in charge of the size of the circle. So if you think about breathing in on one half and breathing out on the other half. Good. So size and speed are entirely up to you, but the hips need to stay still. Now change direction with that. So just move the opposite way. Again, try and keep that real stillness in your hip. Bend your leg if you need to. So you have to have the right leg straight at all. And bend the left leg if you need to as well. Good, well done. Just do a couple more of these, remembering to keep an eye on your hips and make sure you're keeping that stability in your hips. Excellent. And then we'll slowly release both legs. We'll draw the knees towards your chest before we do the other side. Okay, so this time release the right leg down, foot flat on the floor to start, and then move the left leg back so the knee is over your hip and your foot is in a straight line from your ankle. So again, we'll maybe move in first, so move in towards your right leg and then down and then out towards the left and then back up. So create that square first and then smooth it out. Still breathing in on one half and out on the other. If you want to extend through your left leg, then do that, but still make sure you're keeping control through the hips. Good, and if you want to extend your right leg away, extend it along the floor. So again, you can make it bigger if you want to, you can make it a little bit faster, but just keep an eye on the hips, keep them nice and still, keep your back in neutral spine. And then change directions, just moving the opposite way. Good, very nice, well done. So we're keeping ourselves centered on the mat, we're keeping control of everything else, and we're keeping that alignment. And use your breath. Well done. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly release that. So draw your knees back in towards your chest once more. All right, from there, we're going to release the feet down towards the ground. So we're going to do a little movement through the side of your waist. So if you make sure you're back in neutral spine, first of all, feet flat on the floor, nice and balanced, and hands either side of the head. So the first option here, as you breathe out, is just to lift your left shoulder up and start to move the left shoulder over towards the right knee. And then breathing in back into the center. As you breathe out, just change sides, so lifting that right shoulder up, taking it over towards the left knee. Now keep that movement going. If you want a little bit more, before you start, breathe out and lift the upper body a little bit off the ground, and then continue to work through that twist. So in the out breath, you're moving over, and in the in breath, you're coming back. And if you're on the lifted version, remember, the head doesn't actually go down towards the ground. Okay, so just a little movement through that. Excellent. We'll just do 2 more of these, and then we're going to add the legs. So we're going to add similar legs to which we did before. So you can relax the upper body down, deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift both feet off the ground. So again, the knee is over the hip and the foot is in a straight line out. So still with that twist, either upper body lifted or lowered. As the shoulder, that left shoulder goes over towards the right knee, the left leg extends away. As you breathe in, the leg comes in and the body comes back to center. So breathing out, we would take the other way, breathing in towards the center. So again, if you want to reduce the movement a little bit, make it easier, bend your leg. So as it goes down towards the ground, it doesn't have to be straight. You can bend your leg a lot. And then if you want to make it harder, maybe think about speeding it up a little bit. So a little short puffy breath. So it becomes out and in. But again, work where you can, where it feels right, and still get that sense of being centered on your mat. So you're not moving side to side, the hips remain really centered, shoulders remain quite centered, but you're moving a little bit, but the torso is definitely connected to the ground all the way down. Very nice. Okay, you can have a little rest. So maybe draw your knees back in and just relax for a moment. So we're going to do a little single leg stretch here. So your legs are going to extend up towards the ceiling. Again, you don't have to. You can keep them here if you want. I'll give you an option. But if you would like, extend the legs up. And even when they're extended, bend them a little bit if you need to. So with these extended legs, upper body could be on the ground and the hands just go lightly to the back of one thigh. If you want a bit more, breathe out, lift your upper body up and move your hands towards your calf or your ankle. So we'll start off slow, so deep breath in. As you breathe out, the leg you're not holding lowers down towards the ground. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, we change legs. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, change legs. Good, so that would be an easier version. If you want to make it a bit harder, we make a short puffy breath and it's in and out. Again, bend your knees and pull the knee in if you'd like. And slow it down if you want. So work where you can. Try not to grab or hold onto the leg too much. It's just a very light tapping of the back of the leg. Again, keep yourself as centered as you can. Keep the low back down. Good. And bend the legs as much as you need to. Excellent. We'll just do a few more. Good. Okay. From there, slowly bend your knees towards your chest again and take a little roll. Okay, so from there we're going to take a little bridge. So if you take your feet flat on the floor, so there will be options to move through this bridge, but you do not have to if you don't want to. So feet hip distance, flat on the floor. Try and imagine that there's a block between your legs, so you're kind of drawing them in. As you breathe out here, tilt your pelvis forward and up first, and then we'll start to lift. So as you breathe out, just lifting your bottom and your low back, mid back up off the ground. So when you come up to where it feels right for you. So that might be on your shoulders, it may not be. So draw the inner thighs in and try and make sure that you feel balanced before you start moving again. So through your feet, through your hips, through your shoulders. And then take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Try and move one vertebrae at a time. Take another breath in at the bottom, and then as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis forward and up and start to peel your back up off the ground. So again, coming up one vertebrae at a time, just to the height that suits you. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Now keep moving on that. So if you feel that that is the best movement for you, so just moving up and then just moving down, then that is fine. You're going to stay with that. We'll give you a few options now to move through it. So the first one we're going to do, again, we'll start from the bottom. So as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis and start to lift up. So if you want to, when you get up there, take another breath in. And as you breathe out, just lift through one leg. So you just lift your foot a little bit off the ground. Breathe in, lower it, and then breathe out, lift through the other leg. Breathe in, lower it, and breathe out, change legs. So we'll do this maybe 4 or 6 times, whatever suits you. And then when you're ready, we'll start to lower back down. So take a deep breath in and then lower yourself all the way back down. So you can do that again. So breathe out, tilt your pelvis, start to lift all the way up. Now another option is to lift both arms up. So both arms lift and stretch. And then you keep them there as you start to lift the leg. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, lift one leg up. Breathe in, lower it down, and as you breathe out, lift the other leg up. So again, that might be an option. You might find it's too hard, and if it is, the hands go down, and we continue working through the legs. And then when you're ready, slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Okay, so keep that going. So again, lifting up and lowering down would be one option. So you don't have to do anything apart from lift and lower. Lift up, hold up, and then start to move through your legs. Or lift up, hold up, lift your arms, and then start to move through your legs. But you need to make sure you're keeping your hips high, so they're not dropping down. So when you start to lower back down again, just have a little think about where your hips are and where they were when you first started moving your legs. And if they're dropping down a little, then try to maybe lower the arms or maybe not do as many repetitions. Okay, we'll do this one more time so you can come up and just do a few more. And again, you don't have to lift the leg that high, so it's just lifting the foot off the ground really, rather than lifting the knee all the way into your chest. Perfect. Good. Well done. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly make our way all the way back down. Just take your time. So when you're ready from there, we'll maybe draw the knees towards your chest just for a moment. Excellent. And then we'll go side to side here. So either with the feet flat on the floor or lift your feet up to this tabletop position. Maybe stretch your arms out. So another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly lowering the legs towards one side. You don't have to go all the way. Breathe in, draw them back in towards the middle. And then as you breathe out, slowly lower towards the other side. Again, it's more about control rather than how far you take the legs over. Good, well done. So just do this a couple more times, so just easing yourself over and then back. And then the next time you come, so you're bringing the legs towards me, you can lower them all the way over to the side. So just lower them all the way down. And then we're going to come over onto our side, so you might want to push yourself up, but maybe use the side, the long edge of your mat here. So you can stretch your arm along the long edge and then stretch your spine so that it lengthens along the long edge of your mat as well. And then draw both of your feet round towards the front corner. Now once you're there, just take a moment to make sure you feel quite stacked. So the hips over the hips, the knees over the knees, ankles over the ankles. And then lift a little. So lift through your side waist, lift the pelvic floor. Top hand could be in front or stretch it overhead. And the bottom leg can be on the ground or stretch both legs away. Now we're going to bend your top leg. So we bend the top leg, we slide the foot up the bottom leg. So maybe up towards your knee. And then we're going to extend that leg towards the ceiling. You're going to flex your foot here and draw the foot down towards that bottom leg. So breathe in, slide the leg up, and then as you breathe out, extend it and draw it back in. So you might want to kind of point your toes a little bit as you're drawing your leg up, and then as you push it towards the ceiling, flex it to draw it back down. So breathing in and breathing out. But again, just work where you can, draw it up to where it feels right for you, extend it to where it feels right, and then pull it down. Good, and again, if you don't need that top arm, you can take it over, but just work where you can, where it feels best. Good, make sure you stay on your side. Excellent, so no rolling back or forward. Okay, we'll just do one more of these moves. Excellent, and then keep both legs lifted if you can, and lift your top leg just a tiny little bit higher. So we're going to do a little circle with this top leg, very similar to the one that we did on the ground. So we'll move it forwards first, we'll lift it up, move it back, and lower it down. So we're just kind of going in a square, and then we change that to a circle. Again, breathe in on one half, breathe out on the other half, and you're in control of the size and the speed. Still think though about lifting. So you're lifting through your side body, you're keeping yourself on your side and nice and controlled. And then when you're ready, we'll start to move in the opposite direction. So we'll just change direction with that move. So again, if you want to make it bigger or faster, then do that. If you can take your top arm away as you do it, then do that. Good, well done. Just a few more. Again, keep yourself nice and balanced, nice and long, lifted off the mat. Excellent. Okay, from there we'll release the legs and we'll bend both of them. So we're coming into a side plank position now. So in this side plank, you can be on your elbow with your knees bent and your hips and your knees on the ground. We reach up through your top arm And then your top arm comes down and round as you breathe in. Turn your chest a little bit if you want to, and then breathe out and lift back up. If you want a little bit more, maybe stretch your legs away and lift your hip off the ground, or maybe stretch your legs away and lift your hip and your knee off the ground. So you're working here. So breathing in, take your arm under, and breathing out, reach up. So do that again. So breathing in, bring it under, maybe rotate a little bit, and breathing out, stretch it up. So again, do that a few times, just working through it at your own pace. Use your own breath. Good to control it. Excellent, well done. We'll just do 2 more. And then on the last one, we're going to lift the arm up, just hold it up here, and then maybe stretch it just over your head. So lift through your waistline as you do that, and lift your hip up. Keep breathing deeply. Excellent. And then lift the arm straight back up again, and then lower yourself all the way back down. Good, well done. So from there, we'll turn to the other side. So maybe bend your legs, swing your feet down. And then coming onto your side again, use the back edge of your mat once more. So line your arm up and then line your spine against the back edge. So once you're lowered down, draw your feet forward towards the front corner. And then start to just feel that you're nice and stacked, first of all. So you feel balanced, you feel that everything's on top of one another. You're lifting a little, so through your side body, through your pelvic floor, top hand down or stretch it away. And both legs may be stretched away if you want. You can always keep that bottom leg down. So breathe in, bend through your leg, slide it up the bottom leg, and then stretch it towards the sky, and then flex your foot a little bit as you pull down. So breathing in, bend, and then push the foot up, and then flex it and draw it down. So keep that going again, keep yourself as level as you can, as stacked as you can, and as lifted as you can up off the ground. Again, if you don't need that top arm, maybe stretch it overhead, just to work a little bit harder, but just where it suits you. Excellent, so we'll do a few more of these. Good, and just 2 more. And last one. So keeping that bottom leg lifted, lift your top leg a little bit, and then we'll start to move in that circle. So the top leg moves forwards, maybe lift it up or lower it down, move it back, and then up. So whatever kind of suits you, as long as you get into that kind of rotational movement, and then start to smooth it out. So breathing on one half, breathing out on the other. So breathing in and out. Good, well done, very nice. Again, keep yourself lifted, keep your top arm over if you need, or on the ground, whatever suits. And then start to think about changing direction now. So moving the opposite way. Again, you're in control of the size, so you can make it a little bit smaller if it feels too much. You can make it a little bit larger or quicker if you want to work a bit harder. But just work where you can. Good, well done. Just 2 more. And last one. Excellent. So from there, we're going to just bend your legs. And then press yourself up just a little bit higher. So coming on to your forearm, first of all, with the knees bent, the hip down. Maybe stretch your legs away and lift your hip. Maybe stretch your legs and lift your hip and your knee. And we'll stretch up with that top arm. So on your in-breath, bring your arm down, rotate round. And on the out-breath, lift and stretch up. So breathing in and breathing out. Good, well done. Again, match it to your breath so you want to go a bit quicker. But keep it flowing. So keep the movement flowing with your breath. Good, well done. And we'll just do 1 more of these. And then when you're ready, lift up through that arm and then stretch it over your ears. As you do that, lift even more through your rib cage, through your waistline, through your hip if you can. And then reach your top arm back up and lower yourself all the way down towards the ground. Good. Okay, from there, we're going to move to all fours. So just take your time, so bend your knees. So we're going to move through these beast and plank variations here. So again, just take your time, do what you can, and modify it if you need to. So we'll move first of all just into our neutral spine here. So maybe just through your hips, just arch your back a little bit and tilt your pelvis. And do that a few times, just moving through the low back. So making your way into a more neutral position, so slow it down and come back into neutral. So you're going to draw your belly in, lift through your pelvic floor. And the first option here is to tuck your toes under and just lift your knees up to beast. So when you lift the knees, we just do it a little bit, so just a tiny little bit off the ground. And again, you can always lower them down when you feel it's too much. And just breathe through it, push up and out through your shoulders. If you can manage, we're going to step back. So you're going to step back through one leg and then the other leg to plank. And then we're going to step in again to beast. So just nice and slowly. So we'll do that again. So step out to plank and then through to beast. And we'll just do this one more time. So step out to plank and then through to beast. Good. And then slowly lower your knees down and press your hips back. Just move to child's pose. So maybe stretch your fingertips forwards, maybe drop your head down. Well done. Slowly make your way back up. So again, we're going to come back into that beast position. We're not going to stay there long, so we're going to move to plank. And I'll give you a variation on plank when we get there. So make sure you're back in this neutral spine position. Draw your belly in, tuck your toes and lift your knees off the ground. And then we'll step back to plank. So when you step to plank, you can hold here or you can lower your knees and hold here. And just holding that, just breathing deeply. Now if you can manage a little bit more, we're going to lift through your legs. As you breathe out, so deep breath in, lift one leg up. And as you breathe in, lower it down. So breathing out, lift through the other leg. Breathing in, lower it back down. Good, and again, you could do this on your knees, so you don't have to. And from the knee position, you could just maybe lift up to plank and lower down. Good, excellent. We'll do this twice more. And last one. Excellent, and then from there, we're going to lower all the way to the ground. So you could lower your knees first, or you could bend your elbows and just lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Good. And you can have a rest there when you get there. So bring your arms round, maybe drop your head down, maybe separate the legs a little bit, just to release the low back. So from here, we're going to come into that star position. So you're going to take your feet really wide, so as wide as your mat, so right out to the corners. And then stretch your hands all the way out to the corners of your mat as well. So push your pubic bone down, try and lift your belly button up. And as you breathe out, we're going to do opposite arm to leg. So as you breathe out, lift through the arm and leg. You can keep your head down and breathe in lower. And then breathe out, opposite arm to leg, and then lower. So again, you don't have to lift high. Just work where you can. But make sure your arms and legs are really wide. So lifting just a little bit of the upper thigh off the ground. Maybe even lifting the head a little bit so the upper body can lift a little as you come up, but just wherever it suits you, where it feels right for you. Now you can stay on that, and again, you could just do legs only here if you wanted to. Or if you want a little bit more, we're going to lift both arms and both legs at the same time. So deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, just lift both arms and legs up off the ground. Breathing into lower back down. So we'll do that again, so breathing out, lift both arms, lift both legs up off the ground, and breathing in, release back down. So do that a few more times, and again, think about lifting the upper body a little bit as you come up. Good, and lower down, and do that once more. So we're going to do a little combination now. So when you're ready, we'll do one opposite arm to leg first, and then change sides, so opposite arm to leg. And then this time, both arms, both legs. Good, so we'll do that again. So opposite arm to leg, opposite arm to leg, and then both arms, both legs. Excellent, we'll do that a few more times. Again, opposite arm to leg. Good, opposite arm to leg, and then both arms and legs. We'll do that one last time. Just opposites first. Excellent, and then both. Well done, and then you can release back down. So this time we're going to do a little variation on Cobra. So we're going to bring your feet together now. So if you draw your feet in. So when you bring your feet in, maybe have your big toes together, but let the heels just drop out to the sides a little bit. And then bring your arms down by your side. So your hands are, so your fingertips are directly underneath your shoulders. And as you do that, try and draw your elbows towards your rib cage a little. So the pubic bone is down, belly button is lifting, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift the upper body a little and draw the shoulders down your back as you come up into that cobra. And then as you exhale, just release slowly back down again. So we'll do that again. So breathing out, lift up, and as you exhale, release back down. And we'll do that one more time. So coming up, breathing out, lift. And then stay at the top and lift your hands just a little bit off the ground. So we're not pressing on the hands. Good. Release the hands down and lower yourself all the way back down. So have a little rest there. Maybe bring your arms back round. Maybe drop your head down. So we're going to do one more set of these. So again, maybe press your toes down towards the ground. Draw your big toes together, let your heels drop apart. So pubic bone down, belly button lifts, hands either side. So this time we're going to do a little neck roll with it. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the upper body. Now if you can, stay there. And as you breathe out, just turn your head to one side. As you breathe in, draw it back into the middle. And then as you breathe out, turn the other way. Breathing into the center, and as you breathe out, slowly lower yourself all the way back down. So we'll do that one more time. So as you breathe out, lift up, draw the shoulders down your back. On your next out breath, turn your head gently to one side. Breathe in, draw your head into the center. Breathing out, turn the other way. Breathing into the center, and then slowly release all the way back down. Okay, we'll bring the hands just in front of you. Maybe bend your knees here, and just very gently take the knees side to side. So we'll move through the lower body again. So lower your legs down, this time hip distance apart. You can keep your hands where they are for the moment. Push your pubic bone down, lift your belly, and then as you breathe out, extend one leg and just lift that leg a little bit off the ground. Breathing in, lower back down, and breathing out, lift the other leg. Now if that is enough for you, stay on that. If you want to do more, then lift both legs at the same time and lower down. So either single legs or both legs lifting and lowering. And then we're going to add some arms here. So we're going to take the arms out to the sides in an L shape. So your first option, keep your arms on the ground. And then as you breathe out, lift the upper body, maybe lift the legs if that's enough, and release down. If you find that too much, just do one leg and then the other one. If you want a little bit more, then as you breathe out and lift the body, lift your arms as well. So you lift the arms, you lift the legs, and then release down. Again, work where you can. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And if you want a little bit more, maybe stretch your arms. So you could stretch them out to the sides, or you can stretch them overhead, just wherever it feels right for you. So we're lifting the upper body on your out breath. We're lifting one leg or both legs. And the arms can stay down on the ground. Just work where it feels best for you. Good, very nice, well done. Okay, we'll do a few more of these, and then when you're ready, if you want to, on the last one, so we'll do two more, you can lift up and hold. So on this next one, just lift up, hold up. So for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Release all the way down. Maybe bring your arms round, maybe drop your head down and just relax there. So we'll come in for a little stretch now. So we're going to bend, first of all, just your right leg. So if you bend your right foot, knee, and pull the foot towards your bottom. So that might be enough. Otherwise, reach back with your right hand, grab hold of the foot or the ankle, and start to draw the heel towards your bottom. Try and keep your legs fairly close together. And if you can't reach it, don't worry, just keep the leg bent. And then if you want to, press your hip down, so that right hip presses down towards the ground, just to stretch a little bit more through the front of your thigh. Okay, we'll slowly release that. And we'll just change sides. So when you're ready, again, bend your left leg in, heel towards your bottom. Maybe just stay there with it, or reach back with your left hand, grab hold of your foot or your ankle and draw it towards your bottom. Again, try and keep the knees fairly close together and try and press down through that hip. Okay, slowly start to release that. And then from here, we'll bring your hands underneath your shoulders and start to push yourself up just to an all fours position. So walk your knees in. So the hands are underneath your shoulders, the knees are underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, this time start with the upper back. So round through your upper back, pull your belly in, and then rounding through the lower back as well. As you breathe in, drop the belly down and then start to pull your chest forwards and through. So breathing out, round through your back, drop your head down, tuck your chin under. And as you breathe in, drop the belly and pull your chest forwards. So do that a few times just to stretch through the muscles of your back. Okay, when you're ready, we'll start to move into more neutral positions, so just back into the centre, and then walk your hands back towards your knees. And then we'll have a little seat, so we're just going to come into a sitting position. So we'll bring the legs out in front, we'll stretch through the back of the thighs now. So with your legs, bend them or keep them, or have them straight, whatever suits you. So you can bend at the knee a little, flex your feet a little, and maybe sit up onto your sit bones. And then as you inhale, we're going to reach up with the arms, so just stretching the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to fold forwards towards your legs, but we're not coming all the way in, so just kind of hover above your legs. And then as you inhale again, we'll reach all the way back up with the arms. And then on the exhale, just moving forwards towards your legs, that little hover once more. So we'll do that one more time. So inhale, reaching up with the arms. This time on your exhale, we'll move forwards and just allow yourself to relax. So grab hold of your legs or your ankles or your feet, whatever you can reach. And then try and allow the upper body just to soften a little. So bend your knees if you need to. When you're ready, slowly start to make your way back up. So just take your time as you come up. And we'll just take a little twist here. So we'll keep your right leg straight, bend your left leg in, and just take that left foot over the top of your right leg. And then use your right hand just to draw that knee in and lift your left hand up. Take your left hand behind you. So just use your left hand just to lengthen your spine a little and just gently draw yourself round. Okay, we'll change sides to release that. Release the legs again. Maybe give them a little shake. And then this time we'll flex your left foot and bend your right leg. So right leg over the left, left arm drawing yourself round, and right hand, take it behind you. So again, use the fingertips just to stretch. So you're not collapsing back, but lengthen yourself up towards the sky. Okay, move back into the centre and we'll release the legs again. So you can either sit cross-legged or you can just have your legs out in front. It's entirely up to you. When you're ready, we'll reach back up with the arms and then we're going to take your right hand and we'll drop it behind your head. Take your left hand and just use that just to gently press the elbow down so you're stretching through your triceps. Okay, we'll change sides, so reach back up. Left arm drops behind, use your right hand. And then reach back up with the arms. Now we'll release the arms all the way down and we'll just come over towards the right. So just bend through your right elbow, stretch your arm over. And then we'll change that, so just go the other way. Good. And then move back into the centre. So this time when you get there, relax your shoulders, so drop them down, and then slowly lower your chin towards your chest. Lift your chin back up, and we'll just drop your ear just down towards one shoulder. And then we'll change sides and just move the other way. You move back into the middle, and then this time just gently roll your shoulders to the back and towards the front. Well done. Okay, that is you ladies. Thank you very much indeed. Oh God, seemed to have gone a bit dark there. So any problems or questions you can ask. Otherwise, have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, that was lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Julian.
Good.
Love it as usual.